Hello everyone and welcome to Riftbinder, your place for Riftbound lore, pack openings and collecting of course. And I wanna start off this video by saying that this is my first TCG ever, and after I attended a Learn to Play event from Riftbound because I was kind of interested in the event, I was quite surprised. The game looks really fun to me. There's a lot of interaction, a lot of strategy, and a lot of room to grow. Like the skill ceiling seems quite high, but it's also very easy to get into. So I was quite excited to see and observe some matches, so I decided to invest some time in this game. Though I have to say I'm super noob and I'm very new to TCGs in general. I collected a bit of Pokemon cards, but that was in the 90s when I was still a kid, so I can't count that in. But let's get to the point of this video. So, if you're like me and you want to get your hands on the first batch or the first print of Origins, especially in Europe, you probably noticed one thing. Nobody seems to know how. On every site you look, there's the out of stock button already locked in. So it seems very hard for a lot of people in Europe to get their hands on a pre-order for a booster box. Because let's be honest, we all want the booster boxes. So I felt a bit sad. I was keeping it in the back of my mind, the launch, pre-order. And for some reason I missed it and I was on holiday, so I couldn't get my hands on the cards, and now I feel a bit kind of sad. So let's talk actually what's going on, how I will manage to get mine, or try to manage to get mine, and how to get your booster box before the second batch disappears too. So here's the situation. All across Europe, I'm from Belgium, and I've been to some game stores and they really don't know how much they get allocated to. So how much booster boxes they can put on a pre-order. So the reality is that a lot of these shops don't even know which stock they're gonna have. A lot of the shops are very hesitant to take in pre-orders. That's why you see a lot of pre-orders that are sold out. They're still waiting on confirmation of some distributors, I heard, but this I can't confirm. And honestly, also a lot of Belgian shops, they just didn't really catch up with the hype. In one shop I went, they said like, we're not planning to do anything with the game, we're not planning to having play sessions or local tournaments, whatever. So there's kind of a mixed sentiment, I feel. At least in Belgium, I don't know, maybe in your country, in Europe, it's not the case. And I think that's the reason why there are so many people in Europe complaining that there are just no pre-orders and everything is sold out. Well, I don't think that's really the case. And I think it's not impossible to pre-order, it's just very fragmented. And it's a bit of a rough launch. But there's also good news. Riot Games announced that there will be a second batch or a second print of cards from the Origin set on October 16 at 6 PM Paris time. There should be an official restock and second pre-order wave on the Riot merch store. And I think that's your safest bet if you want to guarantee a box, especially if your local shops are still in a limbo. Also be aware that Riot mentioned the second batch of prints will only be shipped later this year or early 2026. Just keep that in mind. Now, if you can't wait and really want to play the game or start collecting as soon as possible, I highly recommend you do the following. First of all, you could still buy the available starter decks. They're still online at even the official merch store from Riot. I know, let's be honest, we're not here for the starter decks. Although I heard there are some good cards in it. We're all here for the booster boxes. So if you're someone who loves supporting your local game store, don't give up there either. Riot intended from the beginning to work as close as possible to the local game stores. to promote local play. Email your game store directly, and a lot of them will just reserve a box if you just kindly ask them. There are a bunch of local stores without an online shop. Also try to contact these, or even if they just have a physical shop without any online presence, you can go there and just ask for. Small communities and local stores often have active Discord servers. Join, ask if there are pre-orders available or how you can snatch a booster box yourself. Often those servers get pre-order updates before the website even does. Ask about bundles or early events. In my local game store, there's an event and it's called Learn to Play sessions. And every Saturday there is a Learn to Play Riftbound session. And like this you can get to know the store a bit and to know the local people. And you can also ask, hey man, what's up with the booster boxes? Also attend to the launch events. Some stores have launch events. Not all the stores have them, because I run into some stores that just don't mention anything about. Stay flexible. And what do I mean by this? It's if you just ask your local game store and they can't guarantee you a booster box, don't worry. They probably keep it in mind, and sorry for that. And if the demand is pretty high for those boxes, the chances are high they're gonna order more of those boxes. And then you can drop your name, drop your email address. Also, don't be afraid to look beyond your city. I have to drive, I think, 1 hour to a city where there is a launch event, and I'm gonna attend to that launch event of that local game store. It's 1 hour drive, and I'm fine with that. Maybe you're not fine with this. And in that way, your chances of getting a booster box increase dramatically. And then I have some extra tips from the Riftbound community. I bundled them together. You have Reddit. There's a lot of information on Reddit, on Discord, Twitter, for example. You will also have some community there. And people there often, like almost immediately, share a restock alert. And the next one is a bit advanced. If you really want to get the pre-order from the Riot merch store, use browser alerts like distill.io to ping you when Riot's merch store updates. So remember, 16th of October, 6 p.m. Paris time. And if you're planning to buy multiple boxes or play competitively, consider splitting an order with friends to save on shipping. And last but not least, if you can't snatch yourself a booster box, don't worry, it's not the end of the world. There will be more prints. And also a little trick is you can buy the singles if you really want to play a deck you love, and it's probably also the cheapest option. You can buy singles from cardmarket.com, I heard. It's a very good site. And you can even look at the dirty scalpers selling booster boxes for like 8,000 euros, for example. That's so cringe, dude. It's not possible. Now, nobody is going to buy that anyway, but hey, nice try, bro. So yeah, you can see it's a bit messy right now. And yeah, scalpers are just a huge problem. And I think it's not only Riftbound. There's a lot of TCGs. I heard that scalping is really a problem and it's getting worse and worse because apparently we have a boom in TCGs lately. But hey, I think we can have some fun in card hunting too, I guess. If you manage to get a box, booster box, please drop a comment below and tell me where you found it or how you found it or how did you manage it. It can be helpful for other players. And once that second batch lands, and if I can snatch one, I hope so, I keep my fingers crossed, I'll be doing pack openings and some lore breakdowns right here on this channel. So hit subscribe, stay focused, snatch yourself a booster box, and may your first pull be legendary.